Jamie's storyline in Blue Bloods Season 14, Episode 11 marked the beginning of the end of the major issue the Reagan family has dealt with through the entire series. The CBS cop and family drama is popular after over a decade on air, in part because of the closeness of Blue Bloods' Reagan family. However, the Reagans have seen its share of tragedy, including several deaths that took place before the series began, and one in particular has never gone away. Some of Blue Blood's best episodes have included the Reagans trying to cope with the premature death of Joe Reagan, who was killed in the line of duty prior to the pilot episode. Jamie took Joe's death particularly hard and spent most of the first season trying to find out what had happened to his brother so that he could hold the killers responsible. However, Jamie's stolen car storyline in the premiere episode of the final half of Blue Blood Season 14 led to some resolution to this story. The importance of Joe's car to Jamie explained in Blue Bloods. Jamie was heartbroken when it was stolen. Jamie has been driving Joe's car since the series began, and it is full of memories of his brother, such as Joe teaching Jamie to drive using it. Thus, for Jamie, Joe's car is a piece of Joe he can hold on to, and when he was unable to stop some car thieves from stealing it as he walked down the block toward it, Jamie felt as if he were losing his brother all over again. The situation was made more difficult when Joe Hill revealed that the car thief ring was known to chop up stolen cars for parts. Jamie didn't want to let that happen, and even Henry's advice to forget the car because it was only a material object was not convincing, as the car was the only part of Joe that Jamie had left. Thus, Jamie's decision to let the car go at the end of the episode demonstrated the beginning of his acceptance of Joe Reagan's death in Blue Bloods. Jamie passing Joe's car to his son begins the Reagans finding closure over his death. The car should have been Joe Hill's inheritance. Blue Bloods Jamie asks a cop for a favor at his squad car. Jamie's decision to give Joe Hill the car simultaneously demonstrated his acceptance of Joe Reagan's death and acknowledged his son's place in the family. Throughout Blue Bloods, the family has struggled with the empty seat at the table left behind because of Joe's death. After Joe Hill was introduced in Season 10, it led to awkwardness and hurt feelings on both sides, with Jamie having the most problems with his nephew, and it is only recently that the two have begun to make peace with each other. Jamie's decision to give Joe Hill his father's car in Blue Bloods, therefore, demonstrated Jamie's acceptance of his nephew as part of the family. It also was the beginning of finding closure for Joe Reagan's death after the loss has impacted the Reagan family for the past 14 years. This emotional moment began to wrap up the Reagans' long mourning period so that they can move forward during the series' final episodes.